Hello, my name is Peyton Murphy. In this presentation, we are going to discuss 5 topics from Module 3 that correlate with my logged purchases during the semester. Let's get started. The first topic I would like to focus on is types of consumer decisions. There are 3 types: nominal, limited, and extended. Nominal decisions are decisions that do not take a lot of research. They can often be habitual or convenient. Within this category, there are 2 subcategories. The first one being brand loyal purchases. Brand loyal purchases may have been extensively researched in the past. However, once you have settled on a product, you do not change it again. For example, I purchase the same dog food every month. Several months ago, I did extensive research on dog food to figure out the best food in my price range. Now that I have decided on a specific food and my dogs like it, this purchase decision has started to occur with no thought, making it nominal. Repeat purchases are the other category of nominal purchases. These occur not necessarily because you think one brand is better than the other, but it has just become what you always purchase. I would like to use my Wi-Fi as an example. We used AT&T in my house. I do not consider AT&T better than the other companies that can provide internet out here, but we got a deal with them way back when we set up the Wi-Fi. Now, I just do not think much about whether or not we should look into the other providers. AT&T is simply what we use. Extended decision making is very different from nominal. It requires a lot of thought and research to ensure you make the best purchase. It also includes consideration after the purchase to decide if you chose right. My example is my wedding photographer. I recently eloped and went through extensive research to find a photographer. I wanted someone who would match my style and create beautiful pictures for us. I went as far as to posting on community pages for photographer recommendations. I also scrolled through all of the photographer websites, social media pages, and reviews. I then requested quotes from several photographers and checked their availability. After we had our photos taken, I was still a little worried that I did not make the best decision. However, after looking through our photos, I was very happy with the choices I made. Evaluation criteria are the features that a consumer looks for in order to decide on a purchase. This can come down to factors that are emotional and tangible. Companies will often put a lot of research into discovering evaluation criteria in order to market better to their consumers. My example I am using is my silicone wedding bands. I wanted something that I could wear to work. I would say my criteria included comfort level, price, moisture resistance, and the style and color. The rings I bought ended up being pretty cheap. They also offered money back guaranteed in case the rings did not fit. They also advertised that the silicone was comfortable and did not hold moisture. I think the biggest way that they advertised this was by showing pictures of people wearing them while doing labor-intensive jobs such as woodworking or construction. Digital shopping and store-based retailing have begun to merge together. You can look at an online store to purchase a product or go to a store to purchase the same product. Web rooming is when you look at products online then choose to go into a physical store to actually purchase the product. In my case, I purchase a lot of books. I like to look online to see what books I want, usually on the Barnes & Noble website. However, I prefer to go to the bookstore to actually buy the book. Showrooming is the opposite. This is when you like to go into a store and feel items and then end up purchasing them online later. An example would be when buying clothing. There have been times where I will try on clothing in a store, but they do not have the right size or color that I want. If I love the clothing a lot, I am likely to go online and purchase it later, the way I want it. A lot of stores advertise this with signs or tags that say, "Check out our online store for more options." An important part of physical retail locations is store image. I have listed the dimensions of store image as listed in our textbook. When I think of a store that I shop at frequently because of store image, I think of Aldi. You find several grocery runs to Aldi in my purchase diary. This is because I think they have great quality food at low prices. Their store is always clean, the employees are always friendly, and the store is conveniently close to my home. This all plays into store image and can help retail locations decide on how to get more foot traffic. Lastly, I would like to talk about use innovativeness. Use innovativeness is when a consumer finds a new way to use a product that is not advertised. Oftentimes, if this use becomes popular, a company will start using it as advertisement. My example of this would be white vinegar. So many people have a large jug of white vinegar in their house. This is because it can be used for cooking, pickling, cleaning, laundry, and many other things. Companies will even advertise all of the uses. If you Googled it, you would probably find a lot of articles showing the many uses of vinegar.